I think being that I live in the city and I work downtown, I kind of see a lot of the pollution that's being produced. I notice downtown on hot days, at lunchtime I'm walking around, it's almost unbearable sometimes, all the exhaust fumes and whatnot you're getting.
Well, when it's a air quality alert day and the air feels so thick, I don't even want to go outside.
You can't be at 100% if there's a bad air day. So you don't reach your maximum.
The quality of air here in Louisville is not as bad as it is in some cities, but it will become that way if we don't take a hard look at the facts.
On a modern car, the emissions may not be severe. Certainly they're better than they were on older cars, but you're still producing emissions unnecessarily. If you're going to be sitting somewhere more than 10 seconds or so, I think it's better just to shut the car off.
We mainly see that it affects people's quality of life, that when there is an ozone action day or an ozone alert day, or it's extremely cold, those people will have a diminished quality of life by mainly trying to avoid that trigger and staying indoors.
When you walk outside every day, you can't not breathe the air. You're breathing the air. Everybody is breathing the same air. I want clean air for myself. I want clean air for my family.
There's no technology that cleans the air for us. We're really stuck with what we have, so we need to start taking steps now to take care of it and keep it clean before it's too late.
Every day we're out and about, we walk around, and we just love to feel the fresh, clean air. When it is a bad day or it's polluted, we're not actually able to go outside, so we have to find indoor activities.
As an ASE certified master automotive technician, I feel a responsibility to keep people's cars in as good of shape as possible, keeping the check engine light out, keeping the car running properly, helping it get its optimal fuel economy. When a car is right, it's not going to overheat, it's not going to misfire, it's not going to use excessive amounts of fuel, and all of those things can help a car produce the lowest amount of emissions possible.
I do a lot of running. I was kind of training for one of these mud races, and the particular day that I decided to do this was about 99 degrees, and I noticed on the news there was an air quality alert. Typically I kind of ignore those and didn't think anything of it. So I went and ran. I was having a hard time breathing and just didn't feel all that great. I got home and started thinking about it more and more, and I was like, well, maybe that air quality alert has something to do with it. Something about the ozone levels go up or something when it's that hot, and it just happens to be right at rush hour when I'm doing this, around 4 or 5 o'clock, so I think maybe all that was contributing to the way I felt.
On days that it's harder to breathe, it's harder to keep going. It's harder to push yourself to run, it's harder to keep running, and it's harder to get in shape, it's harder to condition and stay active, really. It's more difficult for me to stay motivated to be healthy and be outside and stay outside.
Actually, it affects my family on a personal level because my grandson has asthma. When it is a bad day or it's polluted, I will have to actually pick him up from school. The school nurse will call me. And it kind of makes him very sad that he has to leave school because it's not really something that he chooses to do. But he has missed more days from school than I would like for him to miss.
Well, my daughter has reactive airway disorder, and so I never really thought about not being able to get enough oxygen. And when I first realized she wasn't getting enough oxygen, it made me mad. I wanted to do anything I could to help her. And when I think about people whose children have asthmatic attacks or who have asthma, the helplessness that you feel, I can't stand to think that other people are going through that.
Well, I think it affects everybody to some degree. Some people are more susceptible than others to it. I kind of compare it to secondhand smoke. And if you're somewhere where you're getting a lot of secondhand smoke, you can kind of move away from that. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You know what it is as soon as you smell it, so you can move away and get away from it. Well, air, you really don't have that option. I mean, you might be able to go into a building or somewhere where it's environmentally controlled with air conditioning and whatnot, but still that's the same air being circulated, so you're probably getting it to some degree.
There's a lot of girls on my team, like one of my friends, she has severe asthma. Then there's a bad air day, she can't breathe, she can't practice, she can't play. It's really difficult for her to adjust to the air quality from day to day.